Transform the Bay Area's BIN 910. Your money on the Black Information Network.
Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell told reporters management at Silicon Valley Bank failed badly. Powell says there's no reason to believe the problems that led to SVB's downfall are systemic.
They grew the bank very quickly. They exposed the bank to significant liquidity risk and interest rate risk. Didn't hedge that risk. This was a bank that was an outlier in terms of both its percentage of uninsured deposits and in terms of its holdings of duration risk.
Powell's remarks came after the Fed raised interest rates by 1/4 percentage point in order to get a hold on inflation. Foot Locker is closing 400 stores. The New York City-based retailer said it's targeting low-performance stores, mostly in malls. In addition, 125 Champ Sports stores are also closing. The company plans to open up hundreds of freestanding concept stores by the holiday. It's part of its strategy with Nike on Lace Up, which will feature more LeBron James and Kevin Durant retro Nike shoes. Money news at 24 and 54 minutes past each hour. I'm Ernest Davis on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
And I'm Doug Davis on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
A black man from Queens, New York is celebrating after a court cleared his name of a 1993 murder. The Daily News reports Michael Robinson served 26 years behind bars for killing home health aide Gwendolyn Samuels. New York Supreme Court appellate division judges ruled the case should have allowed for DNA evidence. Robinson's defense attorneys argued he was with his family and he couldn't have killed Samuels. The paper reports the conviction hinged on the eyewitness testimony of Samuel's 88-year-old patient who reportedly had cataracts in both eyes.
Meanwhile, in Georgia, lawmakers are considering a bill that would change how the state compensates people who serve time after being wrongfully convicted of a crime. Atlanta News First reports it proposes paying $60,000 to $120,000 for each year a person is wrongfully held behind bars. It's something exonerated African-American John White wishes was around when his name was cleared in 2007 after spending more than 20 years in prison.
To give the exoneree of more control of their lives.
Georgia is one of 12 states that does not offer statutory compensation for people wrongfully convicted.
And it's an inspiring story out of Illinois. Will Freeman, the first black pilot for Southwest Airlines, visited a middle school to speak to students about his trailblazing career in the airline industry. Students asked Freeman questions, and Freeman enthusiastically shared answers.
I love talking to young students and trying to motivate them and trying to let them know that you can do it too.
It motivates me to work harder and keep trying at my goal, no matter how much.
Freeman encouraged students to pursue their dreams and do whatever it takes to make their dreams come true.
Getting more women and girls involved in construction and manufacturing trades. That's North Carolina nonprofit She Built This City. WCNC reports it's partnered with Lowe's Foundation to fill the need for 546,000 skilled trade positions in the area for 2023. Lowe's is a proud founding partner of the Black Information Network.
I'm Esther Dillard, along with Doug Davis, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. Now here's Morgan Wood with the Washington Roundup. The Biden administration is celebrating Women's History Month.
We have to do everything we can to knock down the barriers that stand in the way of all women and girls.
At an event at the White House, President Biden introduced himself as Jill Biden's husband and said his administration is focused on improving the economic status of women. He also spoke about the Supreme Court overturning of the landmark Roe v. Wade abortion ruling.
An extreme Supreme Court stripped away fundamental freedoms that existed for half a century. We've got to continue to fight to protect women's fundamental right to make decisions about her own body.
This comes at the same time President Biden is marking the 13th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act. He called the bill signed by former President Biden the most consequential health care legislation since the creation of Medicare and Medicaid. Biden said he's focused on expanding the law known as Obamacare to offer Americans more affordable insurance and lower drug pricing. That's your Washington Roundup. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network.
The Bay Area's BIN 910 is powered in partnership with Direct Relief
get coverage because of pre-existing conditions. Remember when women had to pay more for insurance because they had a pre-existing condition, they were a woman? Remember when you couldn't leave a dead-end job because you couldn't risk losing your health insurance? Remember when a 22-year-old kid who get kicked off his parents' plan because he graduated from college?
Biden says he's trying to expand the Affordable Care Act to include lower drug prices.
And a white labor and delivery nurse is going viral after admitting on social media she treats her black pregnant patients differently. And she's getting praise for it.
Here's how I treat my black patients differently. Number one, I don't expect them to inherently trust me because I'm wearing scrubs and a badge. And I don't get offended if they don't. Many black women are coming in to have a baby already having experiences of not being listened to. And until I'm able to prove to them that I'm someone that can be trusted, they shouldn't trust me.
The labor and delivery nurse from North Carolina says she promises her black patients she always will listen and take seriously their pain and concerns. I'm Vanessa Tyler with Mike Stevens on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Does race really exist, or did we create it? Listen to the thought-provoking episode of Spit, iHeartRadio's podcast with 23andMe, where they explore how understanding your DNA changes how we think about ourselves and the world. Host Baratune Thurston sits down with Wyclef Jean and Professor Alvin Tillery to discuss how people view the connections between genetics and race.
When I integrated my bus stop in New Jersey in 1980, some high school kids decided that they were going to hang me in a tree and kill me at 9 years old. And thank God the bus driver wasn't on time. He cut me down, and I made it. And that's why I do this work every day.
So my dad always told me, don't forget, you are a descendant of 1804, Tucson Louverture. So this was like how I was brought up, with a very fearless attitude.
Listen to the full episode of Spit with 23andMe and the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Black news all day, every day.
The power of information.
The Bay Area's BIN 910. I'm Natasha Williams on your home for 24/7 News, San Francisco's BIN 910. A bomb cyclone that killed 5 people is causing more trouble in California. NBC's Miguel Almagar is on the ground in Montebello, just outside Los Angeles, where an EF1 tornado touched down Thursday.
17 buildings in this area were damaged and red tagged. We know the path of destruction here was about a half-mile long and about 50 yards wide. This is not something we see in this area every day.
The intense storm pummeled the West Coast this week, causing several fatalities across California because of strong winds and falling trees. Warnings and advisories are posted across the state where heavy rain, snow, and strong winds are expected to continue, and wind gusts could reach 40 miles per hour. High school senior Anthony De La Concha describes the tornado touching down.
All of a sudden, we open the door a little bit, and we just see like a gust of wind starting to build up, and then it just like got faster and faster.
And there's a new call to inspect all downtown San Francisco high-rises after heavy winds blew out windows. Glass fell from 4 buildings Tuesday, with most of it being at 350 Mission. This is on top of the same thing last week at the former Bank of America building. A city supervisor wants to mandate engineering reports, saying it needs to figure out why the failures are taking place. 5 buildings must have windows evaluated within 2 weeks. And Cruise robo-taxis blocked a road in San Francisco after heavy winds downed several trees. Traffic was snarled for hours as Cruise's robo-taxis apparently failed in the face of unexpected obstacles and blocked the road. Cruise is a self-driving vehicle and a subsidy of General Motors. A study shows wide dissatisfaction in CSU salary pay. Jordan Christmas has more on that.
A California State University faculty salary study was released on Wednesday. The study was conducted by an independent national consulting firm, and it found that faculty across the CSU system are on average paid market rates compared with others across the country. Officials, however, conceded that those salaries don't reflect the realities of the cost of living in California. The study also showed that between 70 and 80% of faculty were dissatisfied with their pay, compared to 5% who said they were paid fairly. The study was presented at the CSU Board of Trustees meeting, and it could influence upcoming contract talks with the faculty union. Jordan Christmas, NBC News Radio.
And the California State Senate is
And don't forget to put your request in writing. Using these tips may help you bring home the bag. I'm Terrence Bibb on the Black Information Network. Telling our story. The Black Clergy Collective of Memphis wants the Civil Rights Division of U.S. Department of Justice to investigate the department.
24/7. Miami Beach is trying to keep the peace, declaring a state of emergency and enforcing a curfew.
If it matters to the black community.
Violence against black women in Los Angeles, California remains high, even as serious crime is dropping.
It's on the Black Information Network, the Bay Area's BIN 910, and on the iHeartRadio app.
23andMe's African American Genetics Project study revealed that 48% of black Americans wish to learn more about their genetic history. Since many 23andMe profiles contain health information, it's important for customers to trust that their information will be secure. We asked 23andMe's Chief Privacy Officer, Jackie Cook, how the company ensures that customers' data is kept private.
I'd start with the fact that we will never share your genetic information with parties like healthcare providers or insurance companies, employers, or third-party marketers without your explicit consent. End of story, full stop. That's just not something we do. But in addition to our privacy practices and the choices that we give our customers, we also have a robust security system in place to protect your data.
To learn more about DNA privacy policies, visit 23andme.com. 23andMe is a proud founding partner of the Black Information Network.
A special thank you to Geico Insurance,
A proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death of women in the U.S. each year, meaning it causes 1 in 5 deaths among our mothers, sisters, friends, and more. CBS is partnering with the American Heart Association for this year's Go Red for Women campaign and helping educate us about the ways heart disease in women is not like heart disease in men. With us today on the Black Information Network is Minute Clinic board-certified provider Sean Coleman to tell us more. Thank you for joining us, Sean.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here today.
Do women realize what a big risk heart disease is?
Yeah, unfortunately, only 44% of women in the United States recognize that cardiovascular disease is their greatest health threat. It kills more women than all forms of cancer combined, including more than 50,000 black women annually. Among black women ages 20 years and up, nearly 59% have cardiovascular disease.
And what are some ways that you can help prevent heart disease?
Making healthy lifestyle choices. You can keep your blood pressure, cholesterol, and sugar levels normal, which will in turn lower your risk for heart disease and heart attack. If you are someone with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, or diabetes, it's important to know your numbers. You can visit Minute Clinic to have your cholesterol, blood pressure, and your sugar levels checked. Minute Clinic at CVS offers heart health screenings and education to help both women and men understand their risk for cardiovascular disease. Learn more by visiting cvs.com/women. The more you know, the more you can help save lives.
I know that's right. We're speaking with CVS Minute Clinic board-certified provider Sean Coleman. CVS is a proud founding partner of the Black Information Network.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden is marking the 13th anniversary of the Affordable Care Act. He called the bill signed by former President Obama the most consequential health care legislation since the creation of Medicare and Medicaid. Biden added he's now focused on expanding the law to offer Americans more affordable insurance and lower drug prices. 3 former Memphis, Tennessee police officers charged in the death of Tyree Nichols are facing decertification. Cases were heard for Demetrius Haley, Emmett Martin, and Justin Smith. They are 3 of the 5 officers charged with second-degree murder in Nichols' beating death. Decertification means the former officers won't be able to work in law enforcement in Tennessee ever again. Muslims around the world are celebrating the holy month of Ramadan. The holiday consists of fasting, prayer, and